Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 45 Minutes to Ledger podcast. This is Dan with Pete. Russ is doing paying the bills tonight, so it's just Pete and I on the football preview. The excitement is building. We're less than 24 hours to the NFL season.
Was the night before football. Everything quiet right now in the house, but tomorrow it will not be the last quiet night until February.
The last night before swearing at the TV.
Even when there, even when there is no football, there's football. It's every night.
It is true. The NFL has become this monster that even though they have like the shortest season, it's always something going on.
Yes.
We, we,
How do
we,
you want to do this?
well, we can either go around the league, do our picks. We'll start around the league, and I've been looking at things, and it's hard to judge the season because there's so many new coaches in new places and new quarterbacks and old quarterbacks in new places. There's not a lot of consistency of what you think's gonna happen.
I got a couple of good nuggets for you though.
What you
Okay.
got?
Well, strength of schedule. Have you looked at this yet?
I've kept an eye on it.
Okay. This website's telling me that um strength of schedule last year, they're predicting, in other words, strength of schedule really is an actual good indication of how a team will end up. So last year, of the 15 teams predicted to have the easiest schedules, um 11 finished with winning records. So 11 out of 15 finished with winning records. Of the 15 teams that have the hardest schedule, only 5 finished with a winning record. So in other words, these things are accurate. So I mean, a lot of people are probably looking at this. It's not like we just invented this, but if you're looking for some indicator, because you're right, there's a lot of changes. Strength of schedule could be one to look at, and so um along with the other factors that you're talking about.
Well, there's a lot of new faces, and just the league can go upside down very quickly for most of the league. But there are some consistents. The Chiefs and the Taylor Swift. Um, I don't know what the right word would be. Push or it's still in full force.
Well, supposedly Sabrina Carpenter now is overtaken Taylor Swift in the community of admiring fans. Have you heard of this girl now, Sabrina Carpenter?
No, I have not. I still live in a Taylor Swift world.
Is your household not converted to the Sabrina Carpenter?
No, I have not.
Okay, yeah. Some people are saying she's AI, but I think she is a real. She opened for Taylor Swift for the whole Eras tour or whatever. Um, so you want to start with the Chiefs? What are your thoughts on the Chiefs? They were the most boring team I've ever seen last year, and then Mahomes turned into a killer in the playoffs and somehow won another Super Bowl.
I think that's where they're going to try to do again this year.
Boring.
I think they're going to try to be boring. They're just going to be try to keep consistent. They're in a division where not many of the other three teams have a hard time being consistent between the Raiders, Broncos, and Bolts. So
I mean, the Chiefs lost to the freaking Raiders on Christmas last year or whatever. Was it Christmas week? The team just lost to the Raiders,
destroyed.
destroyed, and they turn around and run off, three, what, four straight on the road through the AFC. So I guess what I'm getting at is yeah, they added Worthy as a receiver, rookie receiver. I guess their left tackle is also a rookie. That's a little bit.
Yeah,
Do I have that right?
yeah, they,
Left tackle's a rookie.
yeah,
Um, Kelsey's a year older. I mean, one of the I don't know. It's hard to say. Is it going to be this year that they can be able to do the same thing though, and he's going to be able to just flip a switch in the playoffs again? That's so hard to do. So I'm not gonna give my pick away yet, but I do not have the Chiefs going back. I think it's just too hard.
yeah. There's just, the team is kind of thinning out, but it just has such. I mean, between the quarterback and the coaching staff, it's top
Well,
notch. It's just everything around that is starting throughout the team is starting to get a little shaky. But
well, we said the same thing last year. That
yeah,
was the whole thing. Everyone was saying the same thing, and then all of a sudden at the end, and speaking of strength of schedule, their strength of schedule got easier. Someone explain this to me. They have the 10th easiest strength of schedule.
ta
So,
the Taylor Swift effect. They want to make sure
oh, you
she.
think that? Yeah,
I was looking at that schedule. They do happen to they have big games, but several of their most difficult games are at home. I noticed. Where
right,
if it got flipped over, it might be a much more interesting schedule.
right. I mean, they get the Broncos twice. They get the Chargers. I mean, that probably has a lot to do with the toughness of the schedule. But anyways, I'm out on the Chiefs this year. I think that I mean I could 1,000% be wrong, and they could do the same thing. But I'm going to look a different. I'm going to look for a different team to come out of the AFC.
Yeah. Yeah, we had the Ravens look like they're ready to go. We have our favorite team from New Jersey and the AFC that is. I mean, they're loaded. The Jets are loaded, but can they
Fourth
get there?
fourth toughest strength of schedule,
Yeah. I mean,
which is crazy because they get to play the Patriots twice. So I don't know how they must have all star all you know world beaters in the rest of their games that have the Patriots twice and still have the fourth hardest. That's tough.
they do have a lot of talent. A lot of talent. Uh, if they, I'm gonna say it now. If Aaron Rodgers is relatively healthy and they don't make it to the AFC Championship game, this has been a not a good year because they are loaded in so many throughout their team, and they don't have Reddick yet, but I mean, they're loaded,
Who's the tight
which is
end?
scary.
Who's the tight end?
Uh, What's his face? Conlon, but
Yeah. Do they have any weaknesses?
the difference is if Aaron Rodgers is healthy, the ball hits Conlon in the fingertips instead of hitting him in the junk. So I mean,
So they,
that's the difference. He's gonna if he's healthy and throwing right at him, he can make very average players look good. It's
they,
just
they
seeing if he can play more than 4 plays.
I mean they have Pro Bowlers at potentially receiver, corner, running back, line. I mean, how's the line looking? Offensive
I
line.
mean, the offensive line's better than last year. They got Smith off the Cowboys to play left tackle, and they picked up uh, the guard from Penn State in the first round. So they have a much better line. It's like everything. Are they going to stay healthy? But and their
Heigl has them.
defensive line is, I mean, jacked. So
Yeah, Heigl has them going
yeah,
14 and 3.
yeah, 14 and
14 and
3.
3. I mean, that's a successful year if they go 14 and 3.
Yeah, I mean, but yeah, 14 and 3 win the East, and
So let me ask you this. Let's say they go 14 and 3, they pull a Heigl, but then they get the bye in the first round. Let's say they lay a stinker in the divisional round and lose. Is that a disappointing season? 14 and 3?
I would say it's disappointing.
I'm trying to brace you for some kind of disappointment is what I'm getting at.
Well, I mean, there could be. Well, last year it took 4 plays, but no, it would still be disappointing if they were like 14-3, 13-4, home field bye, and they didn't win the home field game and they make it. I mean, but that's what Aaron Rodgers has been doing the last couple of years in Green Bay. Is not winning the big game in the playoffs. So, but that would be
Well,
it. My hope is to get to the AFC Championship game.
so the season for you is it's good to get these expectations because for years up here, the last 20 years with the Patriots, if they didn't, it was Super Bowl or bust.
Yeah.
Or I think that's about right. So if for a Jet fan, the average Jet fan, AFC Championship, anything less is a disappointment.
I mean, if they lose the AFC Championship and don't go to the Super Bowl, it would hurt, but it wouldn't be the season wouldn't be a bust. It wouldn't. They
When
would
was
have
there
given me a lot of happiness. It's just after the season is the question is who's going to play quarterback because is he still going to stick around?
there's
But
nothing on the horizon. What is the I just lost my train. So all right. I forgot I was gonna ask you about the something about Jets and disappointment.
well,
Um
it goes hand in hand.
I got it. No, I'm sorry, I got it. When was the last playoff win again?
Last playoff win.
Right. I might say if I'm a Jet fan, just get me a playoff win, and the season is.
No, I
Although
understand what you're
that's what
saying.
it is. Well, that's actually what it is. So if they get the bye and they get the playoff win, they're in the AFC Championship.
Yeah,
Right? All right, all right.
I know what you're saying. It's just their roster throughout the team is so it's it's so deep. It really, if everyone stayed healthy, it's just the question is, would the coaching staff be able to keep up with the pace of the players? Because they got some interesting coaching, but I don't think I think it'd be okay regular season, and then the worry is they screw up a playoff game. But no, we got
I
plenty of
mean,
time to worry about
look,
that.
look at the coaches that you're going up against. There are some good coaches in the AFC. You do have you.
Well,
So
I don't love the guy at the with the Bills. I don't love him.
well, I'm saying if you're going against most teams, I'm wondering, what do you think you have the coaching edge against like Miami? No.
No,
Buffalo? Nah.
probably not.
Um, Chiefs? No. Baltimore? No.
No, no, we're behind in everything. If we, for any of the good teams, we're behind in coaching. I mean, we got Hackett as coordinator.
What's happened? Oh, they're up to another. Um, all right. Well, you got that. So what do you want to
Well, we'll go around the NFL. Might as well
all right, go
stay.
for it.
Stay. The AFC East, we there's high hopes for the Jets. I think we're going to be in a big foot race with the Bills, but
You don't have Miami coming. I have Miami winning the East.
yeah, I think Miami is a possibility. It's just
Well, what's your pick? This is the picks preview bonanza preview. What
well
is
for the
your
AFC, the Jets.
all right? So AFC East, you have Jets.
I got the Jets. I think they outraced the Bills, and Miami's close, but Miami I don't think has enough defense, and then they have weather issues that affect them late in the season.
Humidity problems. The
Well, it
Bill-
gets yeah, their advantage in early in the season becomes a disadvantage, and then
the
the Pats.
well, women on the Bills. Just quick on the Bills. They scare me this year. I don't know. I'm feeling some bad vibes with the Bill. Like this could be like a 8 or 9 win season. This could go south for them.
Yeah,
This could go. They had everything lined up last year with the home game, and they couldn't pull it out. And I'm worried this year it could get bad.
and they have losses of personnel that
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
gonna it's gonna affect them. And I mean, they got the quarterback, but they
They had it last year. They had it. They had the home game. They couldn't do it.
nope.
Now, how do
This is
you? Yeah, they might not. In other words, they might not recover from that.
no that it's true. And like I said, I don't like their coaching staff that much. And it could last year could have been the high water mark for them. And
Right. All right. So AFC East, you have Jets. You have Jets,
I'll go
Bills.
with Bills, but
Yeah.
uh, I don't love it. And then Miami's right there too. I just don't think they got enough defense.
I'm gonna go Miami to win. Like I said, I think they are trending in the right direction, and I think they are getting better at their defense was not terrible. And they have the ninth easiest
Mm,
schedule. So,
no.
all right. So that's fine. You have Jets. I have Miami. What about what's the next one? Central or
Well, we got the Patriots. What's
oh
life
no, I'm
like?
they're last play. I mean,
Is everyone? I mean, are we able to? Is everyone okay up there with this upcoming
yeah,
season?
you know, what I think for a successful season for the Patriots, they want to see Drake may get in the game by the end of the season and look like decent, like look like something to look forward to for the next season. They should try to lose games to get a high pick, get a lineman. I think that the expectations are as low as they've ever been. I mean, this is as low as it's ever been
Sullivan's years.
since I moved here. This is the lowest expectation I've ever seen. So, but that that's what they're gonna have to. They'll win probably 4 or 5 games. Yeah, Brissett is. He's actually perfect. I mean, he might actually be too good. I mean, they might want to.
Yeah, I was about to go with that. He might be too good, and would they
The receivers are terrible though.
he'd have to throw it to himself?
He might have to throw it himself. Yeah, it's gonna be bad, but yeah, no hope for the Patriots. All right, next division.
AFC North, Raven. Can anyone conquer the Ravens?
Not on paper. So on paper, no. Ravens have the roster that they got Henry, Jackson MVP, coaching, kicker, um, defense. They have it. They have all the tools this year. Again, no excuses for them this year. I don't see why they wouldn't make a championship game minimum.
Yeah, I think they're looking at a very strong season. They did lose their defensive coordinator to head coach the Sea Hags, but I think they're all set up ready to go. And then following them, I want to say the Bengals, but I'm worried that they've already hit their high water mark.
Same. I got the same feeling, similar feeling with the Bengals and the Bills.
Yeah,
They don't. Chase is still not signed. I'm worried about the Bengals this year. They lost him to the running back. It could get bad there too. And yeah, I don't even have them coming in second. I have Baltimore and then Cleveland to
yeah.
come in second.
I mean, yeah. I mean, the Browns. I mean, Deshaun Watson. Are they? Is he going to play up to the contract? Are they going to be good, or are they going to do what they always do and
Defense
stink?
is Well, the defense will be there for them.
Yeah,
Watson, this is it for him. I think he has to put up or shut up.
yeah.
They were probably, well, correct me if I'm wrong, they were better, kind of better without him last year. They had,
They were. They were.
yeah. So he's got a lot to prove this year.
And then we have the Steelers with their two-headed quarterback rehab.
What are they
I,
both gonna play? What are they gonna
I
do?
don't know. I don't know. They got Russell Wilson's gonna start, but how long is that gonna last? And are they gonna bring in Fields? And Fields is gonna like make one amazing play
Right.
or like a touchdown, and he'll be in there for like 3 games and be terrible, except for a couple of amazing plays. But I don't know. I think we could have a down year with the Steelers too.
Yeah.
AFC South, there it's interesting. Um, who you have?
I have Houston. Um, again with the defense. The coach has been there now. He's established. I think it's going to be Stroud. They've got the quarterback. They also have like a zillion receivers.
Yes.
Um, Tank's there. You know, Tank. I drafted Tank Dell. He was shot earlier this year. A lot of people are forgetting he was also wounded. Um, You know, they when the injury reports, I don't know if you do fantasy. You said you don't do fantasy, but they
No,
usually, if
no.
you're injured on your roster page, they put a red, it's usually like a red X saying that you're injured. For if you've been shot, they should put a little symbol of a gun. So so
Little
that
pistol.
little gun symbol with like a little pow coming out, because that way we know just to differentiate from like a hamstring. So I know, oh, this guy just got shot. This guy is a football injury. So Tank Dell was shot. I always like teams coming off of a shooting. They have Diggs and they have Collins. Yeah. So I got Houston on top, followed by Indy, Jacksonville, and um, who's the other awful team? Titans.
Titans.
Yeah, Titans.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have to. I go with again. I think the Colts may be ahead of the Jaguars this year, but I think it's to be a good race. Them just behind the Texans, and then we go out to the AFC West, to Chiefland. Who will
Same
be?
question. It was the same question last year. We had the same conversation. We're sitting in the same seats. We said, is anyone gonna step up? No one did.
And I think no one's gonna do it now. I mean, they got some new faces out there. Antonio Pierce is running the Death Star. Got Harbaugh running out of Michigan with the posse after him to the Chargers. And then the Broncos are. Oof.
Who's the Broncos coach? I don't even know.
It's what's his face from the Saints.
Oh, Peyton.
Payton.
Oh
Sean
boy.
Payton. He's starting Bo Nix.
If you had to pick one of those three, which team would you say will put it this way? Who would finish second in that division?
Raiders.
Really?
I'll go with the Raiders. I think they're are at least gonna be tough.
I would say Chargers, just because they got the quarterback and the coach.
Yeah, but I don't
But
know.
they were a mess last year. So
Yeah, I don't think they got much of anything else. That's the thing.
no, not much of anything else. Sometimes it's all you need, but Denver, I don't know. Do you think Denver will surprise anyone? They've got real low expectations.
They're playing a rookie quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, he's older than
Right.
a lot of other
27.
guys that have been in the league for a couple of years, but he's still a rookie quarterback. And I mean, I don't know. I don't. They'll probably play hard, and they'll probably play hard in divisional games. It's just
Feel
he
like
might
they
be.
could figure out a system for him to do well in. I don't know. I feel like they might be the team to surprise Denver. That's going to be my surprise team.
And if he happens to get hurt, then we bring in
Zach
we bring
Attack.
the Zach Attack, who I expect to be playing against the Jets in a couple of weeks.
I
So
can't wait. I cannot wait for that. My God.
it's definitely gonna. We're gonna go. It's gonna be back to back fun.
I want the instant reaction from Heigl. Instant take podcast. Instant. Call him up as soon as the game ends. Just start
It,
recording.
that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna be the Zach Attack and then Sam Darnold. Oh God. NFC East. You're gonna put your G-men up top?
No, not even close. Not even close. God. Um, I don't even want to talk about them. I think they're going to be just so freaking bad. Philly, obvious first choice. Uh, I don't know. Some people are down to them. I don't know why. Don't they have like everyone back? They're loaded again.
It's just how last year ended, and how the season ended, the desperation Sirianni did to bring in Patricia to run the defense at the end of the season.
Yeah, would they lose? Didn't they get eliminated to Tampa?
Yeah,
Tampa beat them in the playoffs. Ooh.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, Dallas is gonna be this do the same thing. I think they've been doing win, make the playoffs and lose,
yeah.
and commies and Giants will battle for the bottom.
We go to the NFC North.
On the podcast last year, I think I did say, I think I did have we'll have to do the recording again. I thought that the Vikings would be the team who won that Detroit one. Yeah, I guess I missed that,
Detroit.
but Green Bay. I think Detroit wins it. But that could be the toughest division.
Well, do you believe in the hype coming out of
Yeah,
Chicago?
yeah. I think it's going to
This
be
is
a
this
tough
is a team
division.
that's never had the only decent quarterback, decent, was has been Jay Cutler in the last 40 years since McMahon, and you can say that McMahon wasn't necessarily the greatest quarterback. He was decent. So they've had
They have
two
Doug
decent
Booted.
quarterbacks since '84.
No, I know. I think that they've got just. I don't know. I wouldn't want to play them. They've got. They seem like they got the weapons. Maybe I watched too much Hard Knocks.
That's right. They are
The Hard
a
Knocks
hard
team
knocks
usually,
team.
yeah, they usually do well. I do think Detroit, we'll get to the mega parlay update in a minute, but I do think Detroit, Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago. I don't know. I really think that's a good top to bottom division. There's no e that's none of those games will be easy.
I don't love the Vikings. I mean they got the wide receiver,
They still have Jefferson.
but
He's that good though. He's
they
that
got to
good.
play Darnold.
I know, but he's that good. He'll make Darnold look like
Mm.
freaking Aaron Rodgers.
We'll see. We'll see. No, I like the Lions and with the Packers chasing right behind them. Uh, Down to the NFC South, where some three of these teams should probably be folded, but
Future future division.
we got I'm going with the Falcons because the three other teams are could be pitiful next this year.
Yep, that's the worst division. I think I don't have Atlanta though. I think Tampa still wins that division. Atlanta's not. I don't think. Would you think just with Cousins alone they're gonna
I
all of a sudden win a division? I don't know.
I th- I think I think the Falcons have a ton of talent and they had a bad quarterback and a stubborn head coach with his ideas on offense and having the quarterback and the head coach leaving and bringing. I mean, Cousins isn't um he isn't like great or anything, but he is a very confident quarterback in the league for especially for regular season games. And I think they'll have enough talent to steamroll the teams in their division.
Yeah, all right. I got Tampa, Atlanta in that order. You got Atlanta, Tampa.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, yeah, I don't love the Saints and the Panthers are terrible.
Yeah.
NFC West. I mean, it's the 49ers.
Nine is the Niners division to lose. I actually had the Rams last year as my surprise team, and they were a bust.
Well,
Um,
they were surprised they made the playoffs.
They ended up having, yeah, you're right. They did end up
They weren't.
pulling up.
It wasn't too.
It wasn't that bad, I guess. But Geno Smith back in Seattle.
That's a good
I think
question.
he's back. He won, didn't he win comeback player of the year?
Yeah, I think he is.
So we've got, yeah, Niners division to lose, followed by, in any order, probably Seattle. Uh, I mean, you have to have Arizona was horrendous last year.
Yeah. I mean, it's probably gonna be the Rams for me in second, but they are the word to describe them. I was thinking is brittle. Like it could
Yeah.
all easily fall apart. If they're
Yeah.
all together, they'll have a decent year, but it could easily break. So, so what is your picks for? Well, I guess the Super Bowl.
Well, 2 years ago, I actually had Chiefs Eagles on this podcast. I then within seconds said, no, I don't think the Eagles are going to make it, and I changed it to some other team. But I did have Chiefs Eagles 2 years ago. Last year I missed it. I forget what I had. Um, I am going to go to the mega parlay. A lot of the listeners are aware, and they're rooting for me in this mega parlay. The 16 mega parlay on DraftKings, $75,000 payout on a $10 bet. I need the Yankees to win the World Series, of course, to hit the fifth leg. And the sixth leg, the all-important sixth leg, it was the Lions to win the Super Bowl. So I picked them in the summer. I think that the stars are aligned. They were this close. I'm putting an inches away last year, 31-7 lead or whatever in the championship game. I don't see any reason why they can't go back. Maybe they get that game at home this year. So I'm gonna go with the Lions finally making a Super Bowl for me. And then the Ravens out of the AFC. I think a lot of people are picking them. It's not a crazy pick.
No.
Almost by default because not high in Buffalo, not high in Cincinnati. Chiefs obviously wouldn't surprise anybody if they did it again, but I'm going to go Baltimore over the Lions in the Super Bowl to
Mm.
kill my mega parlay on the last day.
I uh, well for the NFC team, I I think they still have all their parts. I think the 49ers will be there. I think they will. I think they'll be ending up playing the Lions again in the NFC Championship, and it could be a repeat of what happened last year with the Lions maybe just overdoing it a little bit of the Lions way, which is fun to watch, but they might overdo it again, and then we'll have another 49er win of the NFC. And then, what can I say? They have a tremendous roster.
Well, here we go.
The talent. We just need to keep some people upright. Haven't played more than 4 plays. But I'm going to go with the Jets. The Jets to the Super Bowl. It's a
Been a long time coming,
long time coming.
like the 60s.
So close. So close in Denver 20 years ago. So close. But then
You got Niners Jets
Niners, Jets.
opening night
It's going to be a repeat of the opening night.
of the opening night game. And
Eh,
to clarify, where is the Super Bowl in Arizona this year?
ooh, that's a good question.
Super Bowl is in. Super Bowl is in the Superdome.
The
Super Bowl
Superdome
in the Superdome.
going down to the Bayou. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, in that case, definitely a Jets victory. We have Aaron Rodgers Win it all. It's gonna be amazing. Just like Broadway Joe. All the years, the sorrow, the struggle, the infamy that all Jet fans have been put through.
This is it. They're going to break the streak.
This is it, right here.
Patriots Patriots won their first Super Bowl ever in New Orleans.
That's true. After living through their infamy of the Sullivan years, the
Hmm.
Jets pushing it all in this year, all in.
Do they still have the signs all gas, no brakes? Or they take those signs down
They have
after 4 plays into the season?
oh God, they have they've learned their lessons. The Jets have, which is a strong thing, strong saying to say. The hype train is not going as fast as last year. That was a yes, no brakes, all gas, no brakes, right until you went off the road.
All gas, no Achilles.
It is still one of the most unbelievable sporting events I've ever watched.
Really was. It was shocking.
It was just so the hype train was so fast, and it just it came to a screeching halt. And the
And they're putting him
realization
on,
that we were just back to Zach
and
was
they're
like,
putting him
oh,
back on Monday night to start the season again.
yep, we're gonna do this all over again. Or hope that he gets through. So we now should probably go to our week one picks. You are the two-time defending champion of the Chase for the Steak.
I have not received the steak still.
We're working on it. We're working on
What did the viewers probably are, wondering like I am, when is Pete gonna get a steak from
it.
winning his second title?
We're waiting for I'll get you a Big Mac.
All right, let's go. Week one.
Week one. We'll let you go first. Let me start the autumn wind.
All right, music's playing. Game one, we're going down to Brazil,
Ooh. Oh,
where
then we should remind the listeners there is a Friday night game this week. Not everyone might not know that, but there is a Friday night game.
um, the advanced metrics are the Eagles have never lost a game in Brazil. So I have that going for me. I think that -2 to me, it seems a little light against. I think the Packers are an obvious underdog. Um, and again, not quite sure why it's only 2. Maybe they're trying to get me to take Philly, but I think that they have the parts to beat Green Bay. Um, Again, they had an embarrassing end to the season. If Green Bay loses, not the end of the world. They could still uh, make the playoffs. Philly kind of needs to get off to a good start. So first game, Philly -2 in Brazil. Game two, you like Atlanta this year. I don't love them, but I do like them in week one. They're -3.5 at home against the pathetic Steelers team. Who knows who's going to be quarterback? I think Atlanta comes out of the gate hot this year. I think they'll taper off, but -3.5, I'll lay that at home against the Steelers. That to me is a reasonable line. So we're going to take Atlanta -3.5. Game three. We don't like neither of us, I don't think, like the Bengals. But geez, the Patriots, it's just not happening for them this year. Let me just get the latest line. It was 8 this morning. It is now 8. It's still 8. So I kind of tend to like the big favorites at home. They typically, I think they did cover for me a lot last year. Bengals, maybe the Patriots hang with them for a little bit, but geez, to win by 2 scores, that is not asking a lot for the Bengals to beat the Patriots. So Bengals -8. And the last game, boy, I started to do this. I started to do this. I kind of love this pick. Um, Monday Night Football. Give me the Niners -4.5. There's too much. It's just too many. There's too much for the Jets to sort of overcome in this one. I do think that they're going to have a good year, but this is too much to ask to win this game. Going to San Francisco, winning on a Monday night. There's just no way. Rodgers, yeah, I hope he gets through the first four places as well. I mean, just as a fan, I want to see what the Jets look like. I want to see this. Um, I got to see how this looks. There's just been too much hype. It's 2 years now of hype. I have to see this. So, um, yeah, my Niners. I feel comfortable 4.5 against the Jets. So Atlanta, Philly, Cincinnati, and San Francisco are the picks.
This is a game that Russ and I did pick as one of the three Jet losses this year. So this is so it wouldn't be a shock. I'll go with my picks. I am also going to Brazil, but I am taking the opposite direction. I am going to take the points, 2.5.
Two.
Two, excuse me, two.
I'm on DraftKings now. It says
Two.
two.
Two. I'm going. We're going with. I am
Here,
gonna get 2 points with the Packers.
see my DraftKings
The FanDuel was 2.5.
Oh, sorry. I thought we were doing DraftKings.
DraftKings, but yeah. Um, I think they had great momentum from the end of the season. The Packers are gonna show up. It's a tale of one team that isn't sure of themselves anymore, and one team gaining confidence from last year. So I like the Pack. I am going with the Lions -3.5 against the Rams at home.
Check that line. Hold on.
Let's double check that. Yeah, I think the Lions. The
Yeah.
Lions. It's the Sunday night game. I think that place will be rocking Ford Field. So I like the Lions. I too like the Falcons over the Steelers for all the reasons Pete said the Steelers stink. And then the Falcons are going to be good enough to win these games where last year it was losses or non-covers. I have the Colts +2.5 versus the Texans at home.
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
three.
yeah.
I'm up to three. Late. Up to three now.
Late bump.
They're a home dog in division. For me, it's almost a green light special for me to pick. So I'll take the Colts getting 3 at home. And then
That was it.
that was it. That's it. I'll go through Russ's quick. Russ took the Ravens +3 against the Chiefs. He's got the Eagles -2 against the Pack. He's got the Bengal -8 against the Patriots too, and he's got the Bills -6.5 against the Chargers.
Cardinals.
Oh, Cardinals. Oh, that's right. That's right. I wrote it down wrong.
Yeah, they're playing at Arizona at home. All right. Good luck. Looking forward to my third steak, hopefully.
I know. I made some in my picks. I made some over-unders to start the season. Put those into the FanDuel. I picked the Chargers under 8.5. Seahags under 7.5. Jags over 8.5, and the Bengal under 10.5. I did not like that 10.5. I don't see the 10.5 for the Bengals this year.
I don't have any over/unders offhand, Dan. Other than do you have them in front of you?
No. I picked those.
Oh, we already did it. Yeah.
I picked them earlier in the week.
Yeah, good luck with those.
So
I'll get the Lion the mega parlay will.
yeah, oh, yeah, you got your own season long action to hope worry about, and that gives a good segue over to the other team in your mega parlay, the Yankees, and their closer issues.
Well, what happened last night? Did he not get the save?
He blew the save last night.
Oh, he blew the save. Oh God, he grew to hit the grand slam, right?
Yeah, he blew it. The
Wow,
it's
7-4. Oh my God, I went to bed. It was 4-3.
yeah, 4-3. It was yeah. They he gave up the grand slam. New York's and Yankee fans have I would say officially hit panic mode with him.
Um, Orioles have not. Orioles keep winning, which is getting super frustrating. They actually lost tonight to the White Sox. Um, Yankees are losing 5-2. Yeah, it's not looking good. They're losing to these teams like Washington, St. Louis, Texas now. It's getting like there's no excuses anymore, right? Everybody's back.
Everyone's back.
I mean, not is Rizzo back yet? I mean,
Uh,
whatever. They have everybody there that is supposed to be there, and they're still losing these games. So, I mean, Holmes is what he is. He's not. He's got two pitches and basically one pitch, and
when he doesn't
that's just
have
what he
it, he
is,
doesn't
though. He's
have
not
it.
going to all of a sudden develop like a third pitch tomorrow. He's just that's who he is. So we got to be up by more than a run going until the last inning.
I mean, I think for the Yankee fans, especially down here, the realization has come that in a big spot in the playoffs, it's not gonna work out
No,
unless they score 1,000 runs. It's not gonna work out.
no.
And the problem is there's so many strikeouts in that lineup now, and there's so many hangers on to Soto and Judge.
I mean, the lineup, Torres, Soto, Judge, Chisholm, Stanton, Rizzo, Volpe. That's not bad. I mean,
And, no, it sounds not bad,
it's
but
not
somehow
bad.
it doesn't work. Besides two guys, somehow it doesn't work out,
Yeah.
and no one trusts them in a big spot, and especially since their closer gags it up. It's his 11th blown save of the season.
11 blown saves. Holy Christ.
11th blown save.
Well, what are they going to do? Like I said,
Man,
I think that you're right. They're going to be, this could end. I mean, they're going to make the playoffs and then, yeah.
could, they're gonna run into a team. They're gonna play like that. It's just not gonna work.
I really don't see a path. I don't really see a path for them, but
Anytime it gets tight, then it's gonna be a nightmare.
unless he can develop a third pitch between now and in October, I mean, maybe somebody will show him a freaking forkball or something.
I ain't showing them nothing. He's they're gonna start looking at other guys in the bullpen. See, they're gonna they'll have to do something desperate here quick.
What do you think of college football the other night? BC
Oh,
beat Florida State on the road. I
Bill
could not bet
O'Brien.
the well, I couldn't bet the game. Before the game, I went on there. I wanted to see if I could take BC. Of course, they're blocked. You can't bet on BC here in Mass. So I had to watch them win the game outright, not
Uh,
being able to have taken them. I liked them with the points. I didn't think they would win the game, but
it was the Bill O'Brien show. Florida State was 10th. They had lost earlier the week before against Georgia Tech, so
yeah, no, it was like a must win for them. And they
man, they're
freaking
done.
got stomped on by BC.
BC, Bill O'Brien. It's what- it's a it was a big win. Notre Dame had a big win at Texas A&M. USC had a big win at LSU.
And
And
Georgia beat Clemson pretty bad.
oh yeah, that's who I was trying to remember. They beat the hell out of them, and everyone else was playing against this. They were, for the most part, I don't remember any other big games. But everything else was against the Sisters of the Poor. Um, Coach Prime was playing against the Sisters of the Poor, North Dakota State, and had a little bit of a nail biter. With Colorado, but did get the win. What was I gonna? I was just about to say something about college football. The but no, it's all football's back. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. Have you heard that UConn is looking to go into the Big 12?
No, I did not.
There's talk around here. I did a solo podcast last weekend, and that was my discussion point. How we're back down. UConn is trying to get back into the big time football again,
Big 12, like with Kansas and Tech in that conference
and Coach Prime.
in Colorado. Oh my God.
We're going. UConn's trying to figure a way to get back into a mega conference.
Good luck. I mean, what are they doing? Just
Yeah,
just give it up with football, please.
we have
They
gone
just
down this
made
road
the
before.
yeah.
We know
Wow.
we know all about what's going to happen here. They are going to get themselves into a situation where it's not going to work out well. And there'll be a lost decade, and then they'll try to crawl back into the Big East.
Maybe Hurley can coach the football team.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just a. I don't know what to say. We've already done that gig. Anything else besides miscellaneous?
No,
No, and for me, miscellaneous. The start of the sports season officially started last night.
how'd it go?
My older daughter is a member of the high school soccer team at Hamden, playing against their rival. Well, it's their second rival because the the biggest rival is the in-town Catholic school, Sacred Heart. But we played our other arch rival, West Haven,
Oh, get
and
stabbed?
and we we were up 4-1 in
No.
the second half. Up 4-1 second half, and
Blue
did get
Devils.
tied up 4-4. Took the lead with 7 minutes left, the 5-4, trying to stack the defense, but unfortunately, West Haven got a tying goal with 4 minutes left.
Oh,
Up 4-1. It was a tough one to swallow, but it was the start of varsity athletics for my daughter, so it's a new experience. Back, so
what do you
yeah.
think about the Hamden guy who died? The
Well,
rapper?
that was big news in the town at the Green and Gold Festival.
Can you
A
tell me
rap.
what is the Green and Gold Festival? Is it the Italian Fest?
No, I don't know what it is. I was unaware that there was a festival in town.
What was the
But
rapper's name? Fat something?
fat something.
Fat something died. Hold on.
Fat Scoop. Fat man is Fat
Fat,
Man Scoop.
hold on. Fat,
Yeah, Fat Man Scoop.
Fat Man Scoop.
It's kind of disturbing when you look at his Google and it mentions the date and where he died, Hampton, Connecticut. I
Fat
had
Man. Why is it
not
Connecticut?
heard of him before, but he was playing the Green and Gold Festival and had some type of cardiac event that unfortunately did not go well for him. But that is the news of the town that they had a festival and one of the acts unfortunately passed.
That is now the second most famous concert in Connecticut history, of course. The first famous. was the infamous, actually, Milli Vanilli concert. People remember Milli Vanilli when they got busted for lip syncing to "Blame It on the Rain" happened in Lake
What
Compounce.
Lake Cowpounds?
So second most famous concert of all time in Connecticut. Milli Vanilli,
Blame it on the
uh,
rain.
Fat Boys Scoop. Rest in peace, Fat
Rest
Man.
in peace. Man came man came to Hamden to try to get a quick buck. Unfortunate. But no, yeah, the youth, well, the youth and high school sports season has begun.
Yes, they all started this week for me too. So I'll have some updates in the maybe next week.
I had little girl soccer coaching again. Well, hopefully, we continue our undefeated record for the. Well, I shouldn't say third season because we did have one loss, but we only have had one loss in the last 2 years. So, so
All right.
well, everyone have a good weekend. The NFL is back. The world is good, and it's,
The
it's
autumn wind is here, Dan. The autumn wind
the
has
autumn
arrived.
wind is here. Tell my wife not to bother me on Sundays. I got things to do. So, everyone have a good weekend and have a good night.
See ya.